Welcome back to another episode of the Cast Patrol podcast. Special episode this week. It's State of Origin, Game 3, the decider. You're joined as always by myself, Mick, Jimmy, and Age. Boys, how pumped are you for Origin?
Mate, can't wait. Queensland, Game 3, Suncorp Stadium. Doesn't get better, does it?
It's over?
I wouldn't say it's over, but I think we've got 1 foot in the door, I'd say.
Well,
Home ground advantage.
Yeah, Suncorp's a different gravy. Everyone knows if you watch Origin, we just struggle to win there, especially Game 3s. Blues have lost the last 8 Game 3s in Suncorp.
Yeah.
Not
So-
good.
And that sounds about right as well.
it's
In
been-
terms of, I would have thought even more.
It's
that
a
we've
fortress.
lost.
So,
Yes.
but I think coming off that win, over 20-point win, it's very good for the Blues and it
Yeah.
can give us a bit of confidence.
100%. Well, Queensland are suggested favourites for this fixture, but it's close.
I think that's purely based on it's at Suncorp.
It's a
Well, it can't be based off Game 2.
No, you can't be.
Because you guys went missing that first half. You actually got rolled in the middle.
They didn't want to be there Game
No.
2.
They got rolled in the ruck and then Blues just capitalised. So,
Yeah.
I was more confident with Game 2 in Melbourne, just like the team selection changes that Madge put in, I was a bit more confident with. Only thing that scares me now is just, like you said, the fortress, and plus we get a few,
Well, plenty of team changes as well.
and we lose the big star, Latrell Mitchell, in the back line.
Latrell's a big loss, but we do get Brady Best in, who's done a good job for us last Game 3. I think he can fill the void, but obviously we know what Trell can do. But Queensland had a few losses as well. Yeah, Talangi out
Coates.
and Coates.
Yeah.
So how do you see the replacements of Gags coming in with Cobbo?
Mate, I think we spoke about Gags before. Origin Gags, he's been there, done that, his experience, he'll do his job. I think Holmes is better back on the wing. He got.
He has a great try scoring record for Queensland. on
Yeah,
the
he
wing.
does. But yeah, I think defensively at centre, Game 2, he was in all sorts.
Well, he's not going to be versing Latrell anymore.
No,
in centres,
he's-
so
He's not.
and just remember, we are filming this on a Sunday, so any team news, injuries is up to date as of Sunday,
Yeah.
3:50 p.m.
Fingers crossed Brady Best gets through
Exactly.
the captain's run and all that and plays.
If Best doesn't play, who do we see going in? Burden?
Or Suoli'i.
Yeah, so he got called in.
I saw.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if Suoli'i goes in, but hopefully Best plays, there's no injuries, and everyone runs out 1-17. All right, boys, let's get straight into it. Game 3 predictions. We did pretty well in Game 2. Mick, who is your winner and a quick reason why?
I'm not confident, but this one goes with a bit of bias and heart. I'm going with New South Wales and only just. I feel out of all those Game 3s that you mentioned, this is one of probably the more than likely ones, just because Queensland, bad form coming into it, and big team changes for both.
Yes, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think you got to go Queensland at home. Yeah, Game 2 is a write-off, I'd say. Forget about that pretty quick. Slater's experience, and I mean, Queensland won the last 8 Game 3s at Suncorp, so that's a good stat. So yeah, Queensland to win.
Yeah, if this was in New South Wales at A-Core, I'd be going Blues. I'd be very confident.
Yeah.
We know it's at Suncorp. That's going to be a big turning point, talking point. But I'm confident the Blues can get it done. They can break the hoodoo. We got players like Mitchy Moses steering the ship. 4 tries his last game. Dylan Edwards, he'll run all day. Haas was an absolute menace in the first half.
Yeah.
So if Blues come out firing, win the play to ball speed, I think we can get it done, just like Game 2.
And I love what Len Hughes come out and said. There's like 50,000 people in at Suncorp, but he doesn't care. Like,
Yeah.
he's just going to run it. Or anyone can just
I
have a
can't
go
wait
at
to
him.
see him off the back.
Oh,
fence.
mate,
He's going to get booed like no
Oh.
other up there.
Well, they were practicing at training with big speakers of the crowd, pretending the crowd was there. So the Blues are
Really?
ready. The Blues are ready to cop the booze, cop the loud noise.
He's gone rogue.
Yeah, it's going to be a hostile environment for the Blues.
It is going to be very
But
hostile.
that's expected when you're at Suncorp.
Yeah.
Who do you think will be the man of the match for the game?
I think it's going to be DCE. If Queensland are going to win, we saw it in Game 1, came off the back of him. And yeah, he'll need a big game, I think.
So for those listening at home, there's a man of the match and there's a Wally Lewis.
Yeah.
So Wally Lewis has played the series. I believe Cherry is favourite at the moment.
Yeah,
And then
after-
Moses is second favourite because they obviously both got man of the match Game 1 and then Moses 2.
Yeah.
So that's another market, but I think it'll have to be one of them again to get it. So we won't go into that. Player of the match, I'm going to stick with Edwards. I think he can be a 250 run meter game, try assists, and do just enough. Mick?
I'm going to go, well, I said New South Wales, and I think if New South Wales have to win, it's probably going to come through Mitchell Moses. I mean, we saw how good he was
Yeah.
in Game 2.
Yeah,
We need
Joey
that
Johns
creativity.
reincarnated.
Apparently, that's what it looked like. So, yeah, mine pretty much hinges on if New South Wales don't win, see Mitchy Moses.
Yeah. I do. He was my second pick, Moses, but they're all good picks there. Okay, so let's talk about the bench quickly and how do you see the changes? How do you see the bench rotations happening, especially for Queensland? They've only got one middle forward there.
Like, I don't mind what they've done putting Ponga on the bench because I think you can almost slot him in the middle and say, here, just have a crack, essentially.
Yeah.
And rotate.
Covers all the injuries in the back line as well.
Like you said, they only have one pure middle off their bench, and that's Mo Fodawaker. So they're pretty much expecting Cotter to play big minutes through the middle, as well as Carrigan.
Yeah,
and
Cotter-
Kafusi will go in the middle, but
He'll just jump in the middle, yeah.
He's not a known middle. He's more.
I don't
of
know
an
if
edge player.
Caper will play 80 though.
He was on the verge of playing 80 before the sin bin, wasn't he? In game 2.
No, Capewell.
Who did you say? Oh, Capewell.
Capewell, yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah.
thought you said Carrigan.
No, Capewell.
Oh, yeah. Well, then he might maybe.
So I think Kafusi might slot into left edge.
Yeah, I think so.
maybe start in the middle, then
Or
go
Cotter
left
might
edge.
move over to the edge,
Yeah,
which you've seen in
and
the
then
past.
push Foddy up. There's an option there.
But yeah, like you said, Mick, I think a lot of the Queensland forwards, they can play big minutes. So I think having one isn't a worry for them.
Yeah.
And then Ponga's just the X factor.
The only thing is, if there is an injury to your forwards, that's going to really test the depth there.
Yeah.
Because then you only have one extra in the rotation. So that means Ponga will have to fill in there, or Harry Grant at lock, something like that.
It'll be interesting to see how Slater uses Ponga, I think.
Yeah.
Well, imagine the game's all tied up, let's say 25 minutes ago, 20 minutes, and then you get Ponga coming off the bench.
If that game against the Raiders was anything to go by, mate, he's just come back.
Yeah, he's sweet. Isn't
He's
he?
so sweet.
And this is
And he
the
looks bigger.
Oh,
He looks
100%.
Wow, he looks massive.
Is this the first time Ponga and Walsh will be on the same side, or have they done crossover?
No, I
before?
think it'll be the first time. It's either
It's
in the
usually
past
one of
it's
them.
one or the other, but
You get two of the most exciting players on the same side. Throw in a creative maestro like
Yeah.
Cherry Evans. That's it.
You guys are blessed if your fullback goes down because you got Hammer as well there. So
yeah.
But on the other side of like New South Wales, they've got pure middles off their
I'm
bench.
loving our bench right
Yeah,
now.
I love
Connor
it.
Watson. He's a fan favorite. Everyone loves Connor. You got Isaiah. You know what you're gonna get. Mitchie
He'll
Barnett's
come
in
on from Murray,
Mate,
Barnett.
Mitch Barnett.
Barnett
He's
plays
made
as a-
for it.
as a
He's
prop.
built for Origin. Middle. He can go edge, whatever. But
Yeah.
if there's no injuries, he'll probably go in the middle. And then you got Spencer Lenu. We know the impact he brings off the bench.
And how good is it to see Cameron Murray at lock?
Yeah.
Like, I think last year was probably
yeah.
a telling sign for Yo when he just overplayed his hand. I think Murray, you know what you're going to get. He's going to work hard, quick play the ball, and allow Reece Robson to get himself into
He's
the
just
game.
safe as houses. You know, he's not going to miss tackles for you.
No.
He'll do the runs, quick play the balls. Loving it. Gussie Crichton's been immense for us. And Payne Haas, I think he's the key. We said before game 2, he's been quiet for the Blues. He doesn't really dominate, but that first half in game 2, he dominated.
That was probably his best
That was the best Origin
half.
performance I've seen.
Yeah, from him. Yeah.
Breaking tackles, getting over the advantage line.
But it's what you expect from Haas, right?
But that's what you want.
Yeah.
So he needs to do the same if we're going to win.
Yeah, like it. In terms of your first try scorer now, it's impossible to pick, but let's have a crack anyway. Have we hit any first try scorers?
No, we haven't.
We haven't hit a first try scorer because Mardo was pretty rogue last game, and then Ben Hunt in the first game. That was tough. You know?
Benon's tough.
So who we go in this game and why?
I'm going to go Val Holmes back on the wing. He has been the first try scorer in the last 4 Game 3 matches at Suncorp.
That's a
Four?
good stat.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's a pretty good stat. for
that's
Val.
pretty crazy for a first try.
Yeah.
Not just any time. Wow. Okay.
So, like we said, back on the wing, you know, he scored plenty of tries on the wing for Queensland in the past. So, Val,
I
get
don't
us
mind that.
going.
I'm going to go Zachy Lomax. I think either off a Moses kick, he loves to target Lomax in the air, and if not a kick, you know, just out the back, and Lomax will finish. I went total last time, so I'm going to stick with the Blues wingers.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't bite me. Mick,
Don't mind that. I'll be going the hammer. I think he's scored in every single Origin game he's played, so he's going for another record now, 7 straight in a row of tries. And yeah, only thing that does concern me, he had that injury scare. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
at Origin, when he went
Also,
off.
was
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So he
yeah.
hasn't, he's not
Hasn't
played.
played
since. Hasn't played, no.
Thought so.
So he went off, and then he came back and saved his record and scored. So you never know. with
Saved
Hammer,
everyone's
like,
multis.
Yeah, the whole of Australia.
So you get a fresh hammer, but yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting how they use him up there at Suncorp.
Yeah, I like that. They're all good picks.
If you're watching on the YouTube as well, we've said in our last few pods, these beautiful League Lids inspired Cast Patrol corduroy hats will be available soon, within the next fortnight, I'd say. Jim, it looks unreal on you. We say it all the time.
No, it is good. It's a very good hat.
It's very comfy, and if you switch it around, now I'm wearing it back. I look like a little douche, but it's got the Newcastle logo, and then the front is the
badge.
You're gonna say vintage logo, but not that vintage. It was
a couple years old.
Yeah, it's been 2 years old. So.
No, it's a good hat.
Yeah, no, they're mad hats. I'm not wearing it right now because I've worn it all weekend. So yeah, can't wait for them to drop and everyone to get.
And
their
you're
hands
not
on
a hat guy either.
No,
so.
it's the only hat that looks good on me. I can get away with. So they're my favorite hats. It's the only hat I wear.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the multi. Everyone's going to be doing a multi in Origin.
We hit game 2.
We hit game 2 very easily.
Thanks to
Was
Hammer.
it Hammer?
It was
Oh,
Hammer.
shit, it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
It looked dire at one stage when he wasn't going to return, but
Yeah.
thank God he came back on.
And now this is your 2 multi, right?
Yes.
You inspired
Yep.
this multi together. I played no part.
Yeah, Mick's a shit tipper.
I'm just sitting here
Mick's cast.
closing my ears
Mick
going,
is
boys,
cast.
you guys can take
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
So this is the Agent Jim
Yeah.
multi for
Let's do it.
State of Origin Game 3.
All right, so what's our first leg, Jim?
It's got to be Holmes.
Holmes
That
on the
stat,
wing.
Yeah.
The stats good. His try scoring record on the wing, let alone Suncorp, is huge.
Yeah.
As a Blues fan, I'm happy to cop that.
Yeah.
I can cop that.
I think it'll be
lo-
a tight game.
It will be tight.
It won't be like game 2.
No, game 2 was a blowout. I'm going under 48.5.
Yeah.
I've gone a bit of a buffer because the last 4 Origin games have been under 40 total points.
Okay, good.
So it's usually close to the side, a lot of pressure.
yeah.
So under 48.5, safe. And I'm either tossing, we want to do a team with a plus, with a handicap. So we're going to do New South Wales plus 12.5 or Queensland plus 7.5.
I think we go Queensland plus 7.
Who's more likely, I'll ask you, Mick, who's more likely to get blown out in this game? New South Wales or
I
Queensland?
think you'd have to say New South Wales. I think if the game's not going in their way, they don't have the home support to carry them home.
Yeah.
Like you said,
So-
it's a loud place. At
They don't get
Suncorp.
those 50-50 calls.
No, we're going to get no
100%.
50-50 calls. There was
Yeah.
a stat that came out, it's ridiculous. Like, Blues are going to, they're going to have to be good if they're going to win, like really good, because they're not going to get calls.
Nah.
I'm happy with Queensland plus 7.5 then. So, Holmes ATS under 48.5 total, Queensland plus 7.5.
Yep.
Good luck if you're playing at home. That's the cast multi. Hopefully we go back to back.
Agent Jim multi. All I want to say is before we conclude this pod is when mothers give birth to babies, this chemical goes off in their brain and it makes them forget how painful the birth experience was.
Yeah.
So they can have another baby. I reckon New South Welshmen get that same chemical every time a game 3 or game 2 at Suncorp finishes.
Yeah.
And we go, oh yeah, it's fine. It wasn't that bad. I think we'll find out how bad Suncorp actually is every time it happens.
Yeah, especially because
It's a different beast.
Because we
mate.
just won by 20, you know?
It's like
the game was over in 40 minutes and now we're like, you know what,
Yeah.
we can do this. But New South Wales fans, be cautious. We're going to hammer this home. Suncorp is different.
Like if Queensland play how they did game 2 first half,
They're going to
like
lose
they'll
no
get
matter
shot.
where it is.
Mate,
Yeah.
they'll get shot.
any team in any origin, if they started like Queensland did, would get
do
absolutely
that.
They're not
torn
starting
up.
like that in game 3, especially at home when everything's on the line.
Mm.
There's no second chance this time.
No.
So, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a cracking game either way.
And
Can't
we've already
wait.
I
got one
cannot
more
wait.
up on you. We're not driving our bus through Caxton Street. You can't
No.
throw beers and stuff at us.
No.
We're taking the safer approach, less scary before the game.
Yeah, it'll be good. And what we jumping on Dabble?
Yes.
Half time?
Yes.
Are we on double half time?
We're doing
Double
the halftime
halftime,
show.
Oh,
yeah.
we got the call up
We
again.
got the call
Yep.
up. You're in the chat, mate.
Wow, I didn't even read it. I'll tell you what chat I've been looking at. The chat with Channel 9 Today Show. That is big news.
Yes.
Before that, 8:50 a.m. on the Today Show, we're going on. The
Yes.
Cast Patrol and Gnocchi.
And York.
Can you believe it?
We're not sure if it's live or pre-recorded, but it will be on the Today Show at some point.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see Gnocchi because she
Gnocchi-
tipped 8 out of 8. They won
And
it.
they wanted to tip the winner of their origin. So Gnocchi's
be
going to
good
be
fun.
doing a live tip.
Yeah.
So for those who think it's influenced by whoever's behind the camera or whatever, Gnocchi's tipping it live on the Today Show. So that'll be good
50-50.
fun.
Blues or Maroons.
Far out. Hope she wins. Hope she
Hope
brings
she
it home
goes
for us.
Maroons.
If she goes Maroons, I might have to change my tip. I'm going with Gnocchi.
You're going to go with
Yeah.
Gnocchi.
I'm going to back Gnocchi. But I think that will do us, boys.
Yep.
Good luck. I'm not going to say Queensland. Good luck, New South Welshmen.
Yes.
Hopefully we get the win. And yeah, let's win this decider.
That's all from me.
That's all from me. Go Queensland.
See you guys. Up the Blues.
See you guys.